Ian, tell us about your thoughts about Apple IDFA, what that means for the industry, changes that need to be made, how surprising it is, and how you hope the industry reacts.
Yeah, I think the kind of the additional kind of warning notice for from Apple, I think is part of the trend to kind of ensure that you have kind of consumer consent. But the consequence of it is that you have fewer and fewer identifiers that you can kind of count on to kind of bridge across domains, and in the case of IDFA, be consistent across different applications. So I think that's the kind of the main challenge. The surprise from Apple was more on the timing. Initially they said it was September. They've extended it through to early kind of 2021, but it's very little time for the ecosystem to be able to kind of respond to it and preserve their kind of business. So I think that's the kind of concern with it. And it's really about kind of what first-party identifiers you can use in app and how you can provide addressability across the different applications, and with Google as well, with the third-party cookie deprecation, how you can consistently reach individuals with relevant messaging.
So what are some solutions, scenarios that you think will be emerging around identity?
So I think the easy one, where there's a number of companies kind of progressing it, is the kind of authenticated traffic solutions. So this is where the application or the website requires you to log in with an email address, and then from the advertiser through to the publisher, if you have access to the consumer's email, then you can kind of communicate broadly across the domain. So the question really is, what is the consumer's appetite to log in to different content? And my belief is for some they will, for others they won't. So I think that's the kind of the main kind of case. The other solution really is the kind of reliance on first-party cookie and doing everything in first-party as much as you can. Obviously, that's advantageous for the key kind of walled gardens with kind of big inventory sets on a single kind of cookie. And the question is, are you going to be able to get consumer consent so you can use other identifiers across domains? Or conversely use probabilistic techniques, so you're not 100% sure that you're reaching the same individual, but at least you're highly likely to be reaching the same group of individuals that you deliver your messaging.
Getting back to IDFA for a minute, do you have any thoughts about the percentage of people who will opt in to share their location and so forth on apps? Have you guys been doing any modeling? Do you have any sort of general thoughts about that?
So in terms of people who will be selecting IDFA to be passed with the warning message that Apple are proposing or introducing with iOS 14 or pushed out till next year, I suspect the wording is suitably scary that few people will do that. Looking at the stats on location, you can consistently get location information for individuals. It's not every app that they're willing to agree to share location information, but across the range of applications that they use, there is actually quite a large number of individuals who are willing to share their location information.
So tell us what's going on with Kinesso, what you guys have been up to. Sort of, it's a fairly new company. Give us an update on what you guys are doing and a bit of the roadmap, if you would.
I can talk specifically about identity. We've got a whole range of solutions that we've tried to deliver. The core thing that we're trying to do is make things work seamlessly end to end. That's the key part of our solution set. In the advertising industry, things have been siloed for such a long period of time. Your planning tools, your audience insight tools, the execution platforms, and a lot of those have been kind of segmented in time. So you have the data over here, but it's very hard to kind of move it to this other place for execution. So key part of what we've been doing in Kinesso and our application framework, the marketing intelligence engine, is really making things work seamlessly end to end. We have developed some core IP. We have a number of patents we've got that's granted, and we've got a number that are under review. And that has really been focused on the things that are kind of unique to agencies, and need to work across domains. Insights on media planning and optimization, those and audience insights. Those are the key things that we've been doing. For the identity space, with the change to IDFA and the deprecation of third-party cookie, we don't think there's any one solution out there that's going to dominate. So we're going to have a period of fragmentation for a while. So a lot of our work in the identity space has really been, how do you bring those fragmented ecosystems back together so that you can have some kind of consistency with your messaging across all the identity spaces that are going to emerge. So that's been a kind of a key focus for us.